sit down and watch TV. Familiar faces comfort me. Miss my.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. Don't to catch them with my real test. To train them is my cause. Don't. I will. Um. Hey, sorry. When you just kind of hear a song and it gets in your head, and welcome to Cartoons and Cereal. Let's start with that. I'm your host Joe, and this is your Saturday morning cartoon weekly nostalgia hit. Guys, thanks for watching episode one. Means a lot. Hope you really enjoyed it. Um, Men in Black was a big childhood memory to me, and I started to do like the whole running joke of you forget the first episode because of the neuralizer thing, but you know we move on. Uh, if you guys haven't noticed by now, by the thumbnail, by the description, by the name of the episode, the hat I'm wearing, I mean, seek help. No, I'm kidding. If you if you haven't realized, obviously, episode two we are talking about the OG itself. Not talking about the continuations and the variations and the other versions and the no, we are talking about Pokemon. Yes. Ash Ketchum himself. Pokemon. What you know about that? Saturday morning cartoon at its finest. I didn't even know. Again, 7, 8 year old me that that was even know it was an anime. That's how young I was. Didn't know it was anime. We were watching anime before we even knew it, guys. But I mean, where do you start? Where do you begin? I wanted to know you guys. You guys gave me so much feedback on the first episode, especially tell me to get a bowl of cereal or whatever. So that's all I got. It's listen. I ain't got much time. I ain't got much money. What do you want from me? You got special care. I'm trying to live life. I'm trying to live a long life, right? Jeez, don't judge me. I know somebody's gonna comment like, "Really? You got special K? Is that special K? Yeah, it's cinnamon and pecan. It's decent. Like, don't, because somebody's gonna be like, you couldn't get like Fruit Loops or something on Lucky Charms. No, first off, let's not get into a rant about this. This could be another show, but Lucky Charms top 5 worst cereal ever. Hot take or not, I don't care. Debate with a wall. Anyway, back to the show. Pokemon. I don't know what's wrong with me. Pokemon. Again, start with any memorable moment that you want. I mean, again, let me know what you guys remember, your memorable moments, your favorite moments of the show. Please, in the comment section, let me know. As a kid, I mean, you remember episode one. You remember Ash waking up late. I mean, it was his fault, but waking up late, running through Pallet Town, running to Professor Oak, and just being like, Professor, I need a Pokemon. We'll be a Pokemon trainer today. We'll start my adventure. And, you know, Professor Oak's like, fresh out, dog. More professional. So Ash is like, yo, I know you got something. I know you got something for me. Like, there's got to be something. And Professor Oak's just like, I got one, but you ain't gonna like it. And Ash was like, whatever you got, let me get it. And he rolls out Pikachu. And I tell you, when Pikachu, Pikachu was an on-site dude. Like, Pikachu rolled up and was just like, who is this? You want me to go with this guy? Put me in a poke. You know what? I'm out. Like, Pikachu wanted nothing to do with Ash. And then we were just like, where's this episode gonna go? Like, this guy hated him. Like, he was thunder shocking him and thunderbolting him left and right. And I mean, it wasn't until like I think it started to rain that like he was like, all right, like electricity, water, you gotta help me. And Ash was just like, now you need my help. Now who looks stupid now? Like, you've been thunderbolting me the past like 25 minutes. I don't know how I'm alive except for it's anime. This was the real world. I've been dead the first time, but now you need my help. Cool. Anyway, like, I mean, just from that moment, you were just like, all right, like, this is going to be a show. So you picked up him remember when Ash picked up Caterpie, and I mean, let's another Pokemon that was just like as much as we loved Ash, he picked up some Pokemon that were just like really like I think he had like a Tentacool at one point. We got Lapras. That was a game changer because he was like riding on that Lapras everywhere in the water. Like a game changer for him was Pidgeot. Picking up Pidgey and getting him to Pidgeot, well, that was a big game changer. That was like again, you could fly, you could surf. Remember the Pokemon games? How much of a game changer that was? You didn't have to run back or ride a bike back through like 5 towns to get back to where you needed to go. You could just, I'm gonna just hop on the back of my Pidgeot and go fly back to the first to Pallet Town. I'm done in Pallet Town because I had to go get Ash's notebook from like on his desk that's been sitting there for like 3 years now. Cool. Now I can fly back to the last board. Like it was a game changer. Like we remember the games. Remember the games. And I mean, speaking of the games, I mean I might as well like show this bad boy off. This is my original special edition Pikachu Pokemon. I never get rid of this bad boy. But that game, it started so many memories for me that it all comes back from the show. And I mean, the show just, I mean, even when they got Misty, and as a kid, we can all admit, kind of hated Misty. She was annoying. Now, I mean, when you found out her backstory, you were like, okay, and you know, she has sisters or whatever, and they get on her, so you know, she's kind of a beast still, but we get it a little more. And then like Brock came in, and we kind of had a love hate with Brock because he was he was cool, but then if you played certain Pokemon games, like if you played the Pokemon game and you got to the first board and you had Pikachu, I might as well show this off while I'm talking about it because I couldn't just rock with this bad boy. I had to get a 3D one. But I should just tell a story like this. But if you had to go in and you had to fight Brock ground Pokemon trainer with a Pikachu, electricity, it wasn't working out. So, you know, 7, 8-year-old me is just walking through the game. I got a little level 5 Pidgey, I got a little Rattata, I'm doing big things, and I get to Brock, and he throws out that stupid Onyx, which was the bane of my existence for the longest. He throws out that stupid bane. He throws that stupid Onyx, and you got Pikachu, and if, you know, you weren't level grinding like that, you're over here hitting an Onyx with Thunderbolt, and it's taking like 2 health, and he's like hitting you with a Rock Slide, and it's taking like 10% of yours. Who's gonna win? So I'm sitting here, little kid me is so mad, cannot beat this stupid Onyx to save my life. I actually had to hand over my Pokemon Yellow to my older brother and be like, "Yo, please beat this for me. Beat Rock, and give it back." And my older brother, being the smarter one, and you know, he's been playing games a little longer before me, goes out into the world and level grinds for a little bit, and gives my Pikachu a couple more levels than he probably needed to be. And he walked back in there, and a couple quick attacks later, we beat Onyx. The rest is history. We were going through the rest of the game. We were picking up all the legendary Pokemon and everything, and I remember I have so many memorable moments between the game and watching the show. And I just remember in the game, we have to go through a cave, and just on the cave is like Articuno just sitting there. You have to go through all these water caverns and stuff, and then you eventually just walk up. And I remember you used to like run into it, and it would just make like a weird noise, and then you go into the battle. And I remember I was fighting an Articuno, and I don't remember who. It might have been this overpowered Pikachu I now had. Obviously, this was much later in the game, But I distinctly remember I one-shotted Articuno. I distinctly remember I did something like a quick attack with the like this Pikachu who's now like over like level 99 or something like that. And I'm just like, okay, I I want to be able to just hit this thing and chip away at it because he's not gonna fake my Pikachu. Let's just try to get him down to like 3% health or whatever, and then just throw an Ultra Ball and be done with it. And I kid you not, I I hit him with a quick attack and he just one shot it and fainted, and I just was like, huh, off, power off, straight up power off, power back on. Let's go again. And I was like, cool. Let's switch Pikachu out for somebody who's maybe level 60. And went back in and had like actually a close battle with him. I actually kind of let him faint with my Pokemon. He got down to 2-3% health, and then I Ultra Balled him and I caught him, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I was just knocking off mythical creatures just because Pikachu's overpowered. I mean, there are so many times. It's memorable moments. I mean, every time we went out the house, I had Pikachu, I had Pokemon just playing it. You guys all remember, if you guys didn't have the lights, we used to play Pokemon on the way home, driving home with our parents. Our parents driving the car home, and you're playing in the dark in the back seat, and you could only play. You could only see what you were doing when the street light hit the Game Boy just enough where you would look and the street light would hit it and you move a little bit, and then you'd have to pause or whatever and just wait until the next street light hit and you could play again. And if you were on one of those roads or streets where there was no street lights, forget about it. Like, you were either like this real close, or you just like, I'm gonna just save it and turn it off because there was no point. You could not see. It was just one of those nostalgic moments that hits you. You're just like, damn, I remember those days. Like, oh man, it all stems back from from the show. And I mean, to this day, I still like I bought a Switch Lite just so I could play the newer Pokemon that come out, and that's all I do on it. I don't play any other game on this thing. Only when Pokemon comes out, I break this thing out and I play the new Pokemon just to see what new stuff is out there. And it all stems back from the original. I mean, I want to know you guys' thoughts on the original show. Tell me your favorite Pokemon. Like, I want to know all that. Let me know. I could go, I could rant forever about this stuff. I mean, you talk about stuff that you picked up, like a Mewtwo Pokeball, a Mewtwo figure. I have a Mew over here, and it's funny. As a child, I was definitely like more of a Mew kind of guy, just because he was, you know, he was fun and peace and having fun and loving. As an adult, I'm definitely a villain. I'm definitely more of Mewtwo, choosing violence, ready to just smack somebody if I need to. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I got stuff to do. I got a lot of energy. Don't get in my way. You're gonna get slapped. I'm definitely more of a Mewtwo. Like, I'm definitely more of a Mewtwo type now as an adult. I think as an adult, I can say he's probably one of my favorite characters. And funnily enough, watching it wasn't Pokemon. I mean, besides the movie, we all know the movie, but it wasn't. It was Pokemon, but it wasn't Ash. It was Red, and this is kind of ranting and going off on a tangent. But if you ever saw the Pokemon where it's actually Red and not Ash, Red is almost what we wanted Ash to be in the game or in the show. Red went out and got everybody. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's other Pokemon shows out there, and there's a character that looks very similar to Ash, but his name is Red, like in the Pokemon games, Red. And I just distinctly remember watching a clip of the show, and Red was in a cave, walking around the cave, and all of a sudden you hear this deep voice talking about like humans and mortals and da 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 da. And out from the shadows walks Mewtwo, and I'm just like, this is like 10 years ago, but I'm like 20-something-year-old me's like, what is this? And Mewtwo and Red just goes, I have to catch you. My man pulls out a Master Ball, no hesitation, and just launches it at Mewtwo. And when I say Mewtwo just stood there like and just backslapped the thing, like that won't work. Literally told him that won't work on me. Slap the Master Ball. I was like, how do you just slap a Master Ball? Like, so they had this big ass battle. Like, of course, Red's like, Pikachu, go. Pikachu looks at him like, seriously? Like, he's like, bro, go. Pikachu goes up, takes a thunder shot. Mewtwo's like, that was cute. Slaps Pikachu. Pikachu was flying across the map. Red's like, Pikachu! Pikachu's just gone. I was like, yeah, that was stupid. I think Red pulls out, I think he pulled out like an Articuno next. Threw Articuno. Mewtwo's like, alright, this is interesting. Articuno, you know, a little ice beam here, blah, blah. He's mixing it up with him. And here he had like a hit or two and something like that. And Mewtwo was like, oh, alright, this pleases me. This was good. You got a hit in. And hit with like a side beam or something like that. One shot. Articuno was flying. I'm like, I might have to start this show from the beginning. Like, this is some next level Pokemon. So this isn't what we saw. And so then Red gets mad and he's just like, alright, got something for your ass. Pulls the ball out. Charizard, you gotta end this. Charizard comes out. Mewtwo's like, a Charizard. What is this basic Gen 1? What is this? Please. They start scrapping, whatever. Mewtwo's getting the best of them. You know, putting the hands on him, knocking him around. Charizard gets a hit or two in. Mewtwo hits him with some move. He goes flying across the map. And Red's just looking like, you gotta get up, Charizard. Like yelling and stuff like that. And I'm really getting into the story, by the way. Charizard turns up. He gets up and he mega evolves into like that black and Columbia blue looking Charizard with like the blue flame. Where I see like the fear of God in Mewtwo's eyes, he was like, what the shit? Like, he was like, the old Mewtwo, old Charizard did not do this. That Charizard stood up and put the hands on Mewtwo. And then Red just walks up to Red just walks up to Mewtwo at the end and is just like, bink, and just hits him with the Master Ball. And it shakes, and he just picks him up and just pockets him. Like, yep. And just walked out. And I was like, this man did not just catch Mewtwo. And like, he just straight walked up into this man's house and just caught him. I was like, if Red battled Ash, I don't know if it ever happened. I don't know. But I have to look it up. If Ash ever battled Red would put the paws on Ash. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it was just crazy to watch. I was like, Ash was struggling to catch Snorlaxes, and I mean, Snorlax, cool Pokemon. Like, Snorlax literally is like my spirit animal. He's literally my spirit. If I ever get a tattoo, it'll probably be a Snorlax first. One of my favorite Pokemon for sure. Snorlax, Dragonite, probably Mewtwo. Probably my top three. Dragonite, which I always thought was a legendary and mythic, isn't. He's just a badass dragon. Like, he's just a beast ass OP dragon. It's just like, no, I'm not legendary or anything. Just a dragon. Just fuck people up. But like, we all thought Dragonite was legendary for a while. Those are my top three. But just seeing like this, just seeing Red catch all the Pokemon that we always want to see Ash, it was crazy. But that's the end of that rant. I just had to throw that out there because that was just a moment of just me just flipping on like social media and seeing a clip of a show. I was like, what the hell is this? Maybe that was I have to look into it more now because now I'm really interested. Maybe that was just supposed to be the show that follows more so the original Game Boy Color games that we played. Maybe that's what that show's supposed to be. I don't know. And like I said, like as much as we loved Ash, he really struggled against like a lot of the, I'm not gonna say lesser Pokemon, but like he just struggled. And I understand he was young, but I mean, listen, he was young for like 35 years. Like, at some point, you gotta give me a little something. Like, I think, honestly, if I remember correctly, I think he just won his first. I think they just announced either this year or last year that Ash won his first Pokemon League or something like that, or Johto League or something. I think he just won his first ever one like a year or two ago. Maybe it might have been this year. It might have been this year. I think they actually got like a breaking news thing, like he was a blockbuster NBA trade or something. Like Ash Ketchum won his first Pokemon League, and I was like, you couldn't have did this when I was 8. You had to wait till I was 30 something years old to do this. Like, it's kind of selfish at this point, Ash. Kind of selfish. Uh, I don't know. I could rant. I could rant forever. It just it's one of those shows that again just define childhood. Just define child. I mean, I remember this. Do you guys have this? This is from the Pokemon Special Edition 23 karat gold plated trading card set. Like, you guys still have these? Man, like there's so much stuff that just went into Pokemon back in the day. I'll end it with this while I look at some of my OG Pokemon cards. A Snorlax and a holographic Snorlax and a holographic Entei. I'll end it with a story that I did. And you may either respect my hustle, you may judge me, or you probably do both of them because you guys do a lot of judging actually on this channel. I don't know if I want to actually share this anymore. No, but I'll share. So it was very hype, Pokemon and everything. It had just come out. I don't know. I want to say it's somewhere between like 98, 99, maybe 2000, something like that. I know I was in elementary school. I want to say I was in first or second grade, somewhere around there. So, Pokemon comes out. Some of us have cards, some of us don't have cards. I had a couple. I know my brother actually bought me my first actual deck of Pokemon cards, and to this day, I don't know where they are, and I hope and pray they're up in the attic in my room, up in the attic in my house, I should say, because I know there was a nice Gen 1 Dragonite sitting on top of that. I hope they're in a binder up in my attic. But anyway, my parents have bought me this Pokemon sticker book, and it was cool. You went through the book and you took stickers off from the front back cover and the back cover, and you put them all throughout the book, and it was awesome. Me being me, um, I found out some of my friends didn't have Pokemon cards, so I took some lined paper. I would cut it into about 9, maybe rectangles, I would say, and I made Pokemon cards. I would draw the front of it, I'd write the name on it, I'd write the name of the attack. I would take the sticker of that Pokemon, I'd put it on the front, I'd flip it over to the back, I'd write Pokemon with a big circle, all that. And I sold them to people in my elementary school for 25 to 50 cents a piece. And I did that, and I sold out most all of my cards and pieces of paper, I should say. And a first grader in the '90s, probably with like $5 to $8 worth in change, was could do some damage. I could do some damage with $8 back in first grade in the '90s. I know y'all know. And I eventually was shut. My operation was shut down after a couple days. I want to say maybe some of my I don't think I think my teachers or the principal kind of caught wind of what I was doing, and they were not too happy about it. But you know, it was my first little hustle. Again, judge me, applaud me, is what it is. But guys, I want you to just let me know. Please let me know. Let me know. I don't want to say the process has been a long day. Please let me know in the comments down below. Let me know your favorite memorable moments, because I have so many, again, from just the first episode, Pikachu, to the Squirtle Gang was one of my favorite episodes ever. Hopping out the water with the glasses and everything. They were just jumping people. It was hilarious. That's one of my favorite episodes too. Him just getting the Pokemon badges in general. The trainer badges was awesome. Brock leaving and Terry coming on. There's so many moments. But let me know your favorite moments, and let me know. I'd say your favorite. I don't want to say your favorite characters, because what are your favorite Pokemon? That's what I want to know. Also, as an adult, I can appreciate Brock being on demon time. So let me know whether you were a Nurse Joy or you were Officer Jenny type. That's good. That's good. Until then, guys, keep it locked to the channel. Episode 3 will be out next Saturday. Who knows what we'll do? It'll be a fun time regardless. Like Ash says, gotta catch them all.